All right, Mopar people, this isn't Mopar Joe, but I don't know where Joe's at today. But we're dragging in the fifth of the 5 Mopars that haven't started in forever. This one has been really, really long. I think 35 years or more maybe. But we're gonna get it in and get her going. The first thing we're going to do is pull all the spark plugs out and spray some WD-40 up in the cylinders and find out if it turns over. If it doesn't turn over, it's going to change the program a little bit. You know how to find a build sheet if it's in there.
Is this an air car? No, okay, not an air car.
No, thank God. No power steering, no power brakes, no air conditioning.
Sorry, I got gloves on.
No,
It's only got 3 options.
Yes.
We got spark plugs out, right?
Yeah, we got something done. We got the plugs out, sprayed the WD-40 in.
Did you even just to see if it would
No,
even move
no, I don't want to know until the WD-40,
Hey, it's
you know. It's going to crank up.
I love it. I love it. Ooh.
We found his paperwork, and he drove it 500 miles from the day he bought it.
Where did the car originally? I mean, where would it come?
Little Rock, but it was.
It was a Little Rock car.
Yeah, the paperwork in there. He's got it when he bought it, you know, and it had. It's. I think 77. He bought it in 77, and then
Her name. I thought it had something with her name on it. I assure you that.
we got an oil change sticker on the door.
Getting around to it.
All right, they're going to pull out the back seat, see if we can score on a build sheet. If it's in there, since it's been in the garage for the last 48 years or 7 years, whatever it's been, you know, it might still be good. Okay, we're yanking the front seat out, get this build sheet. Hope it's in good shape. Wow, can you believe that? Pulled a perfect build seat out from under the front seat. That was amazing. When I was underneath it, I checked I was underneath it spraying WD-40 in the cylinders, and I looked at the transmission, and it's original transmission, which we figured it was 30,000 miles of an old lady driving it. And I think he's already said the engine was original, but we're getting there. We've got some red line tires to put on it tomorrow, and we're getting there. I've ever seen a Mopar battery tray that wasn't rusted out, but the overall condition under the hood is just, this car is just stupid nice. It's, wow. Okay, they've all gone home now, and as you might have guessed, I can't stand it. I've just got to know. If the motor is froze up, then there's no sense in us piddling with this. We need to just yank it out, bore it 30, and put it back in. But, so the first thing we have to do is find out if it's froze up. I say it's not. He's all worried about it, the owner, but I asked him why, and I said, we've already done this 4 times on the other cars, and they all turned over. So, I got my longest breakover bar, and I mean, if it moves 1 inch, it's not froze up. So we'll give it a shot. Look at that. Is that really turning? It's turning. That thing's turning. It's turning. That's all there is to it. It's turning. I mean, I can't seem to get another bite, but I don't want to turn it far. You know, all we want to know is it froze up? It's turning. I mean, we had one of them that was just tightening up the bolt at first, but this thing's turning. That's all there is to it, folks. This thing's turning. They're going to be here early in the morning, and we're going to resume, and now we know what to do. They haven't got here yet this morning, but I think they're dead. I think when they got home last night, they told me how early they were going to get here, but after they got home last night, they realized they were near death after 3 days of trying to get this thing down here. But so when they get here, we're going to, oh, by the way, how do you like that 1978 vehicle inspection sticker in the windshield? He bought it in 77, so I guess he had to buy plates in 78. So when they get here, I think the first thing we're going to do is change the oil and the filter and the transmission oil and the transmission filter, and then we'll get it back down, and he's going to work on the gas tank, I think, and I'll go to work on taking off the valve covers, oiling the valve stems and the rocker arms, and then we'll pull the distributor, prime the oil pump, and after, we've got to turn it over some more but I can't do it by myself really, to line up that torque converter drain plug. So after we turn it over, I'm also going to shoot some more WD-40 in the cylinders because it's got to be dry in there. So I'll redo that. Then we will set it back down, and after I get everything primed, we'll turn it over with the starter and kind of get it limbered up a little bit. Then I'll put the plugs back in it. This carburetor, remember last time I told you never do this without a known carburetor? He honest to God thinks that carburetor is going to run. He said, I put that on there. He tried to start this thing in, I think, 80s. And he hasn't really driven it since, I don't think, 78. I think 78's when he quit driving it. But I think in the 80s, I think he tried to start it. So he puts this rebuilt carburetor on it. And then he realized if he's remembering correctly, he realized he's never going to drive it. So he never started it. And so he thinks this thing is wonderful inside. Well, now, the outside sure doesn't look wonderful to you and me, does it? Of course, now, to his credit, look how nice it looks on the inside where the air cleaner was. Oh, I don't know if any of this is going to work. I think it's crazy that we don't have another carburetor to try, but anyway, we're going to try that. Still has a red line spare in it, or all the treads off the tire pretty much, but it still has a red line spare. It's got them funny looking hubcaps. I guess that was good enough for an old lady, but you know, you and I would have had to have Kragers or something on there. I've been cleaning up the body and the windows and the vinyl top while I'm waiting on them to get here. It's looking better. Looks like she had the oil changed on April 3rd, 1976, and it had 27,912 miles on it. I know you people are digging that Mopar oil filter. I've got people now, so they're under there changing. We drained the torque converter first, and now we're changing the oil and filter in the transmission. Well, we ran a little fuel line over here. We got the new fuel tank in, but we don't have the new fuel pump on yet, and everybody wants to hear it hit. You know how that goes. So we ran a fuel line over to it from a little portable fuel system. And, oh, by the way, the starter, it doesn't work with the key, so we're going to jump it and worry about that later. But we just want to hear it hit to make us feel better. Now, y'all didn't say nothing about raising the door. I think we probably ought to raise the door if we're going to. Yeah. Okay, so hold on just a second. I'm going to go raise. Now are we ready? You got your fuel pump hooked up?
Key turned on.
Hey, hook up the fuel pump.
I will.
You're going to have to keep it running, Robin, if it hits. You have to pump it a bunch.
All right, here we go.
All right. Did I hear that thing hit?
Yeah, it hit.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
You just need a little gasoline.
Shut it off. I want to make sure. Bradley, you
Turns out the oil filter was loose. Look at all the oil on the floor. I don't think we blew it up like the gold car, but if we did, then we're going to find out. If the bypass is stuck, we blew up 2 filters on the gold car starting it. But this one, he says, was loose. Now, so we don't know if the bypass is stuck or if the doesn't have an oil gauge in it.
Watch underneath it.
So
I'm watching the oil pump right here.
Okay.
Let me.
we're going to try it again. Let's see what happens.
Never mind. Take the oil filter off. It's got the thing blown.
I say the reason it was loose is the bypass is stuck, going to blow again, and all on the floor.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to be optimist and say the oil filter was loose.
How can the oil filter get loose?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was.
Well, it only set 48 years.
All right. Hang on.
He on.
Are we ready?
He's on.
Fuel pump on. Hit it. Shot of gas.
Shut it off.
Do it again.
Blow it out.
Yep. Okay, the oil pressure relief is stuck,
Overhaul.
but that's nothing to me because I've got a wrench and I can turn 4 bolts. So
You the man.